The Guelph Storm and London Knights are lined up. They are ready to go to get game one of their second-round series underway. In goal for the London Knights will be Jake Patterson, the 19-year-old from Sault Ste. Marie. Now, Anthony Stolars, he's suspended. He won't appear in this series. And Jake Patterson, well, he's won an OHL final. He's played in a Memorial Cup, and he won the series clincher in round one to get them to this position. Justin Nichols, the second season with Guelph. He's an 18-year-old from St. Catharines. He is the OHL goalie of the month from March. He led the league with 35 wins during the regular season, and he has played all 5 games for the Storm in the postseason and has been stingy with a 1.81 goals against, a 941 save percentage. Both of those statistics lead all OHL goaltenders in the playoffs. And this is a second-round series that is underway that could very easily be an OHL final. Guelph Storm, number 1 team in the OHL, according to points, 5 better than the London Knights. Max Domi's out there right away, got the puck in front of the net. Josh Anderson picked up the loose puck, couldn't get a shot to him. Right away, the London Knights trying to put some pressure on Guelph. Shot was deflected but went wide. Jason Dickinson, round pick of the Dallas Stars, up to overage defenseman Steven Torjanovic, and here's Scott Kosmachuk. 49 goals in the regular season, and he's eliminated on the play by Nikita Zadorov. Expect to see a lot of number 65 on the London blue line in this game. Domi to Anderson. He'll circle the net. Horvat trying to get open. Couldn't get good wood on that puck.
What a start here for the London Knights, coming out firing and want to establish that, no, we may be the underdog in terms of points in this series, but we're not going to play like one, that's for sure.
Kirby Reichel moves it back to Zach Leslie. Got a hard wrist shot, hit a lot of bodies in front of the net, never got through to Patterson. There comes Matt Rupert. There's 4 Knights in on this rush. Horvat's going to the front of the net. The shot from Rupert is stopped by Nichols. Another chance from a sharp angle, and Nichols is down, has the puck, and hangs on for the whistle.
It looks like the Ruperts are ready to be at the top of their game, their usual pesky selves. And Nikita Zadorov's a guy that you'll see 35 or 40 minutes from. Kosmachuk tries to get around him, but with his big stride and that reach and huge body, that's not an easy task for anyone to do. So more so than any other defenseman in this game, he can allow a little extra room between he and the boards for guys to try and get wide around him. Most of the time it won't work.
The Rupert twins, along with Bo Horvat, have had a point in every London game so far in this postseason. They're out there now. And Kirby Reichel, number 16, acquired from the Windsor Spitfires for a series just like this. He will have to be one of Guelph's best players. Right now, Guelph hemmed in their own end. Nichols makes a save, leaves it for Ryan Horvat. Reichel shows some patience, hits Nick Ebert. He was acquired with Reichel from Windsor. And there's that good shot of Reichel's, kicked aside by Patterson. Oh, Horvat makes his way into the Guelph zone. He took a shot through a screen. That was knocked aside by Nichols. Crowd reacts as Robbie Fabry was knocked into the net, and there's a penalty to London coming up, and that's more what this crowd wanted to see.
And that's more what I think the London Knights want to see is guys like Brian Rupert and Matt Rupert, the brothers playing on that nasty edge. Now, it's always a challenge to get them to play within the confines of the game. And here, going up against Fabry, you'll see him just give Fabry a little shove into the net. That's a scary proposition for a guy who's coming back first time from Game 1 in the Plymouth series with an upper body injury. He skated yesterday in the lineup today, Robbie Fabry, and just narrowly avoided the crossbar there.
Not a surprise, both of these teams very good on special teams. Guelph had the number 2 power. London was number 6 in penalty kill, and early in this man advantage, the Storm having trouble getting things set up.
Scott Walker is the head coach of the Guelph Storm, a guy who played 829 National Hockey League games, 1,162 penalty minutes over his time. And you heard Troy Smith talk about him in the studio before the game, that his team plays very much the way he did, an in-your-face style of game.
Guelph wins the faceoff. Jack Mitchell heads back into his own zone. Guelph will set things up. Matt Finn, head to Kosmachuk, has it at center. Makes a quick move, enters the London line, but then it's knocked off his stick, and Guelph will have to re-enter. Pass to Mitchell. Drops it off for Finn. Matt Finn, Maple Leafs prospect. Now Zadorov with lots of time. Tough start to this power play for Guelph. They'll change up their power play unit.
And a good job by the London Knights, just simply standing up at the line and hoping that Guelph will make a mistake, and they have the first couple trips down.
Kirby Reichel puts a puck right through the crease area. Patterson got a piece of it. Bertuzzi down to Reichel. Powers to the net. The puck is loose in the blue paint, and Patterson finds it under his left pad and hangs on.
You expect this series to be very nasty between these two hockey clubs. They play in the same division. They're fighting for supremacy here in the Ontario Hockey League. And Dale Hunter's team starts a road series for the first time in as long as I can remember here in the playoffs. And you'll see Kirby Reichel take it to the front of the net. Brett Welichka there, number 27 for London, is a forward converted to defense because the Knights are without Zach Bell on a broken ankle. Brady Austin out with mono, so he won't play in this series, and Brett Welichka's had to be converted back.
Bobby Fabry, 45 goals this season. Here he is, number 9. His shot is blocked by Dakota Mermis. Mermis a chance to clear, and he gets it down the ice. You know, it's funny you mentioned London not starting a playoff series at home. They've won 9 straight playoff series since 2012, but all of them have began at Budweiser Gardens. An unusual spot for them. The underdogs in this series, although, well, might argue, two-time defending champs the Knights are.
I don't know if anyone wants to go into the series as a favorite. Guelph wasn't playing that way at all.
Baltusberger's pass comes all the way back to Harper. Lots of traffic in front. Another chance for Baltusberger, and the London Knights converge in front of their goaltender and don't let the pucks through, and they're back to full strength. They kill off the first Guelph power play of the game. Bouncing puck, Ben Harper able to settle it down long enough to make a pass to Ryan Horvat. Pirog doesn't get it out. McCarron out the line, kept it in for a moment. Now Horvat through center. Drops it off for big 6'7" Justin Auger. His pass missed Pirog, and going the other way is runner-up for Rookie of the Year in the OHL, Mitch Marner. High shot from Mermis. Nichols stopped that. Came off the glass sharply in front. Welichka, the converted forward to defense. He's back there along with Marner. Marner elects just to put it to the corner. Thrown in front by Jamel Smith. Owen McDonald was tied up. Couldn't get a stick on it. Kosmachuk ahead to Auger. Tail end of a shift. He was thinking of going for a change. Now he's got to stay out. Josh Anderson. He's got Marner and Smith with him. Dickinson came back, made a good defensive play.
Sure did. He had to recover from Matt Finn, who'd wiped out the neutral zone.
Zach Mitchell moves it to the open side. Nick Ebert activated down into the corner. Mitchell trying to shield the puck against Mermis. Now Mermis with possession, spinning away. Moves it ahead to where Marner is, and he'll loft it out to center. Dickinson. That shot is off a leg of Mermis, went straight up in the air. He wasn't sure where it was. Stormer on it right away. Low shot redirected in front by Mitchell. He had a good first-round series against Plymouth. Good chance there to open the scoring in this first game of the second round. Another redirect in front. Dickinson missed the net with it. Bertuzzi digging for it. Dickinson. He gets knocked down. Trying to kick it to Bertuzzi. Tight quarters, and that will be a face-off that will come outside the line. Game 1 of this second round series between the Knights and the Storm.
Well, Jake Patterson is the guy who gets the start in this series. Anthony Stolar suspended for an incident in the Windsor series where he clipped Josh Hosang. But as you mentioned off the top of the broadcast, RJ, he does have experience playing in big games, so it should not be a huge drop-off for the Knights. They're used to playing out in front of them.
Kosmachuk, right away, Zadorov takes away his time and space, moves it ahead to Max Domi. First-round pick of Phoenix. A hard pass to Josh Anderson. He got a shot from the right wing. That was handled by Nichols. Mitchell, the other way, looked at Kosmachuk, elected to give it to Dickinson, gets the return feed now. Back Mitchell's shot. Redirected by Dickinson, but just wide. Kosmachuk gets it and then knocks Josh Anderson down. Bojanovic sends it back into the Knights' end. Adam Krajovic getting his first shift of this second round series. Fourth line out there for Scott Walker, and that Pressure from this line forces the Knights to ice the puck again, something they're not afraid to do.
Not at all. And RJ, when you look at Scott Walker, conversely, they want to be a puck possession team. And so what are they going to try and do? Carry it in over the line, stop at the line. The London Knights have scouted this out, and already in a couple of occasions in this game, you're seeing that as soon as they cross the line, there's someone there meeting them so as not to allow that zone possession. And the big hit there as Anderson goes to the ice, thanks to Scott Kosmachuk.
Should be noted on icings in the Ontario Hockey League, you can make a change. And that's been something we've seen over the years from the London Knights during their championship runs. If they're in trouble in their own end, they will ice the puck.
And you know what? When you get to the MasterCard Memorial Cup, it's not like that. So the London Knights of the last couple of years having played in it, were all about getting that rule changed.
Horvat tried to tuck it in from behind the net. Didn't give himself enough real estate and put it off the side of the net. Dumped into the Guelph zone, and it's iced again by the Knights.
Now this London Knights team, RJ, you mentioned it. When you play against a puck possession team, likes to move, likes to skate, here's a way you can control the pace of the game. You have confidence in your centers, as Dale Hunter does. You go hard off the glass and out. You ice the puck. You slow the pace down, and you don't allow this Guelph Storm team to get into its rhythm. And that would be the challenge here for Guelph.
And London traditionally has been pretty good on face-offs, too. Guelph will have to be good on the draws. Got a chance off that face-off. Now Smith, he has the feet dancing so far in this game. Marner can't get it past Baltisberger, trying to find Smith with the puck. Mike McCarron, first-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens. He's shown some grit in his game. Mermis walks right in. Hard shot stopped by Nichols. And the Storm able to get it outside their zone. Right back in. McCarron. He'll chase down Baltisberger. Drops it off for Ben Harper off the boards. Pirog, quick touch pass. Robbie Fabry, always dangerous as he comes into the London end. Hard, high shot by Pirog. That was off the arm of Patterson. The Knights were all in front of their goaltender and cleared it. Matt Finn for Trojanovic. And he misses Pirog with the pass, and this time it's Guelph who will get charged with the icing. Still waiting for our first goal in this anticipated second-round series.
That's Jeff Paul on the left, and Mark Hunter, the general manager and part-time assistant coach for the London Knights. And here are those two about an hour and 15 minutes before the game. He took the D-corps aside and said, hey, guys, we just want you to play a simple style of game here. Let's get it into the hands of the forwards. Let's not try and be too fancy in our own zone. And we got a better chance of having success if we're able to do that. And we've seen that. Icing, off the glass. That's what London's doing in their own zone right now.
And these two teams, division rivals, conference rivals, know each other so well. Guelph would love to get that puck in deep and work it against the London defense. Now they're attempting to do so, but Zadorov wraps it around quickly. Matt Rupert all the way down to the Guelph line. Zach Lashley had a good first-round series against Plymouth. He was better than a point per game. Kirby Reichel turns, looks up ice. There's big Justin Auger. Makes a quick move, lost the puck though as he got to Zadorov. Finishes his check on Zadorov. Matt Rupert by himself, 1-on-2. Elects to shoot, and that's off the leg of Ebert. Nick Ebert named the OHL Defenseman of the Month for March. It's not icing. Zadorov thought it was, didn't turn the burners on. By the time he got back there, Kosmachuk was on his heels and then tripped him. And the Knights will get a power play.
Zadorov's got that long stride, so it's a little tougher for him to cut the net. He's got to take that wide turn like a NASCAR. Kosmachuk chases him down a little too aggressive on the stick. And the first London Knights power play in this game. When you talked to Scott Walker before the game, he said, listen, we know we're going to take some penalties in this game. We don't want to give the extra penalties to this London team. We know how dangerous they can be offensively.
Jake Patterson out of his net. He'll have to play it. Mason Dickinson was a little too close for comfort. Horvat behind his own net. Max Domi's out there along with Chris Tierney, Josh Anderson, Nikita Zadorov. The lone defenseman is up at center. The forwards are all the ones that are back. Domi forced to retreat. Zach Mitchell Not making it easy for the Knights to come out of their own zone. Dickinson and Mitchell along with Harper and Baltisberger, the penalty killers for Guelph. So far, the penalty killers are winning the battle. Patterson. He gets knocked down behind the net. Suter wraps it around. It's in. A short and a goal. Hugh Suter. What an odd play to open the scoring in this series. Patterson knocked down and the rookie tucks it in.
Well, you know, RJ, you and I have talked about this in some of the broadcasts. The up-ice pressure we now see across the Canadian Hockey League on the penalty kill tends to cause a lot of havoc. And at times you go back there and you can think you can be calm, cool, and relaxed. That's not the case. Suter, in fact, follows this play behind the net. He bumps Zadorov, and it's kind of like bowling pins because Zadorov knocks Patterson down. The net's wide open. Suter tucks it in. And the Guelph Storm, in the most weird of fashions, take the lead.
It was London that had 3 shorthanded goals in their opening round series. Guelph didn't have any, but they've got one now, and they have the lead against the London Knights. Still a power play here for the Knights. Brett Welichka brings it in over the Guelph line. Goes cross ice with a pass. Nice shot by Rupert, missed. It bounces all the way back to Welichka. Ryan Rupert works his way to the net. Got through traffic. That was stopped by Nichols, and he hangs on.
Well, you look at Suter and where he comes from. I mean, it's unbelievable how he comes off the bench and he has a full head of steam. And he knows that there's an opportunity to create some havoc up ice, so he does exactly that. An excellent job there to pick up the shorthanded goal.
Alex Basso off the faceoff. Quickly down to Welichka. Jamel Smith is open. Can't handle the pass. Now Basso has to retreat. It's a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Fabry has Mitchell. Fabry shoots and scores. That's 2 shorthanded goals. And Guelph leads 2-0.
And if you were wondering at all if the Guelph Storm missed Robbie Fabry, you just got your answer. I mean, here he is. Both Mitchell and he up front. As the puck comes back to Smith, Mitchell with the stick lift. That turns it over to Fabry. Fabry now has Mitchell as a decoy. And you see him look over on a couple of occasions. Then he zones in on the net, goes top shelf on Patterson. And what a strange twist of events here. The full shield, you can see perfectly.
2 shorts. 50 seconds apart. Wow. Guelph has sent a message. Still a power play here for the Knights. Dakota Mermis walks right in. His pass redirected wide by McDonald. That was a great chance for London. And Scott Kosmachuk, maybe reluctantly, comes back on the ice. The team was good at shorthanded.
Well, at the end of the power play, who'd you see on? Aiden Jamieson, first shift. Dakota Mermis, normally a defensive guy. McDonald out there. You don't see him much in the power play. So Hunter's sending a message on the bench that what happened with the 2 shorthanded goals is not acceptable.
Jamieson with a nice looking rush. His first postseason game. Karen. He missed the net with his shot. Go to Mermis. Drops it off, hoping McDonald can get there. It's intercepted by Marner. Mitch Marner with a chance. He tries to go short side, but Justin Nichols catches it, and he'll hang on again.
Justin Nichols with a great glove save. At first, he had to double check to make sure he had it. And RJ telling us about being the goaltender of the month for March for the Guelph Storm. And I think this is a season for Nichols that really took a turn right after the OHL trade deadline. When the Guelph Storm had been rumored to go out to find a goalie, they did not do so. Nichols then was anointed as the #1 guy. It took him a little while to get used to that, not looking over his shoulder, but from about the 1st of February on, he's been brilliant for Guelph.
The team that has scored first in this series has won 5 of the 6 games. 2 shorthanded goals for Guelph, 50 seconds apart. Hugh Suter followed by Robbie Fabry, and the Knights are on their heels. And Guelph showing why they're the #1 team in the Ontario Hockey League. Look out, though. Here comes Domi. Makes a move. Another move. Puts it back in front. Nichols poked it away. Tierney was right there. What a heads-up play by Nichols. And a big save. He stayed in the play.
This is going to be a fun series. I mean, if this first 15 minutes is any indication, it's going to be a blast for both cities to follow their clubs here in this series.
Kosmachuk, fancy move. That had the crowd at Sleeman Center oohing and eyeing. Zadorov, there's the off the glass and out. Two Knights are up there. Tierney had a steam, couldn't split the defense. Josh Anderson, Columbus draft pick, moves it down low, and Matt Finn's got some skating room. Finn leads the rush in. He didn't miss the glove side by much. Got his rebound. It's trickling loose in front. Patterson looking for it. It's under him, and he'll get the whistle. Some great chances for Guelph. Finn, then Mitchell. It's already 2-0 for the Storm.
Son of Ty, Max Domi will no doubt be a focal point for Scott Walker and the Guelph Storm, and we've seen it already a ton in this game. You'll see Phil Baltusberger pay attention to Domi, who's down, and Nichols just keeps him down. Domi looking for a call, doesn't get it, but you have to appreciate the composure, and that's where the experience comes in. When we talked about Bo Horvat and Max Domi leading the way for the London Knights, that's where the playoff experience, playing in tough games, knowing you're going to be the focal point, that's where that comes into play there. You didn't see any retaliation there from Domi. He has a way in which to exact his revenge, and likely he'll do it behind the play.
Dickinson moves it to Kosmachuk. Ebert walking right in. Patterson came way out of his crease to make that save. It's all Storm right now. Leslie quickly ahead to Dickinson. Mitchell takes a look. Kosmachuk heads to the front of the net. Trying to get that rebound pass to Kosmachuk. Now Mitchell almost wrapped it around. Horvat, first round pick of the Vancouver Canucks. Takes to the line, loses it. Fresh off the bench is Stephen Pirog. Line mates are on a change. He's by himself. There's 4 Knights back. Knights take the puck away. Matt Rupert puts his head down. Got to center. The open man is Ryan Rupert. Oh, he gets a big hit trying to cut across the middle by Tyler Bertuzzi. And now Matt Rupert having some words with Bertuzzi. And Bertuzzi is ignoring it as it went down the other way. And Patterson was forced to make another save.
Well, that's going to be the type of play that Bertuzzi needs to bring for the Guelph Storm. The Ruperts are known for doing that, but he gets caught with his head down, does Ryan Rupert, and pays the price. Bertuzzi, a real key cog. He missed a lot of time with injury this year. Scott Walker told us before the game, so important to get him back in the lineup, and there's part of the reason why he gives you that physicality.
What a stretch for the Guelph Storm. Getting the chances, scoring the goals, winning the physical battles. Pirog moves it to Fabry. McCarron. Bounce pass to Zadorov off the glass out to center. Marner dumps it in. Nichols will stay in his net. Comes to the other side. Jamel Smith. Read it. Drops it off for Wolichka. High shot. Nichols saw it all the way. Even with big Michael McCarron on the doorstep.
And we'll see if the nastiness doesn't start to increase now. I mean, Guelph has settled in with 2 shorthanded goals. The London Knights trying to forge back. They don't want to get this thing too far out of reach here and get the Sleeman crowd into it for the entire night.
Chris Tierney, Zach Mitchell on this faceoff. Scott Walker sending the Mitchell line along with Kosmachuk and Dickinson right back out there. They had been effective. Janovic. He tries to hammer it off the boards. Couldn't get it past Tierney. Domi takes it in the corner. Tierney's shot. Deflected just wide. Josh Anderson. He takes a bump from Finn. Moves it ahead to Domi. Tries to go cross ice with his pass. Hit the stick of Kosmachuk. Dickinson gets his stick slashed out of his hands. And Josh Anderson will be going to the penalty box. And Guelph will be going to the power play.
Dickinson will have to go the distance to get his stick because Max Domi shoved it the distance thereafter. And it's funny because I watched those two go to the bench earlier, and Dickinson just a couple of whacks in the back of Domi's leg. There's Anderson coming hard down on Dickinson's stick, and Anderson will go to the box, and then stick went awry right near the London bench. Domi just thought he'd give it a shove down the rest of the way, and he's lucky he didn't get an extra deuce for that.
Yeah, we've seen that one called before. 12 for 1 on the power play. Their 2 goals have been special teams, though. Short-handed. Leslie. He's a draft pick of the Los Angeles Kings. So is Nick Ebert. Kings have to be happy with what these 2 guys have done for the Storm blue line. Bobby Fabry, stick handling through center. Drops it off. Reichel had a head of steam, and his shot was up high. Leslie able to keep it in. Head to Fabry. Zadorov. He was right up on Fabry and cleared the zone. Justin Auger could not wait for that pass long enough and put himself offside.
Some of the gamesmanship going on between these two clubs. There's Dickinson goes to pick up the stick. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There it goes down the ice. Dickinson has a smile. Domi says, hey, I didn't do anything.
Well, London's shorthanded now. They had 3 shorthanded goals in their first-round playoff series. Interesting, they only allowed 4 shorthanded goals during the regular season. 2 so far tonight. Rojanovic. Over to Finn. One-time shot, scores! Matt Finn on the power play. What a stunt for the Storm. It's 3-0.
Finn looks like he's got an extra step to start this game, and with both Mermis and Welichka in front of the net, you'll see that once the puck goes over to Finn, it definitely changes direction on its way in. Janovic does a nice job pulling that puck to the forehand, gets it to Finn on the one-time, and Welichka just driving through in front of the net to get into position, has the puck go off his leg and in.
2 shorthanded goals, 1 power play goal, and the Storm are up 3-0. Still 2 minutes to go in this first period. Jamal Smith, last pick of the Dallas Stars, finds an open man. Zadorov with a big, hard shot. And that was stopped by Nichols, who has been very solid for Guelph in this opening period. Zadorov down there, gets it loose. Now Smith's shot, blocked by Waltersberger, the Swiss import, and Guelph will send it down the ice. They'll take the ice, and they were hemmed in for a moment or two.
Storm looking for another power play here. As Harper goes down to clear this puck, takes a full shot from Smith. I mean, it's right in your living room. There's Smith in pursuit. Harper goes to get it with his hand, and Smith just erases him. No doubt Harper puts himself in a vulnerable position, but by the same token, Smith doing what he has to do in the offensive zone as the London Knights find themselves down in this 3-0 hole.
Knights did not trail once in their opening round series against Windsor. So there is a little bit of frustration for the 2-time defending OHL champs. Ryan Rupert can't get a shot through it. Comes back to Basso. Gives it to Bo Horvat. Horvat can't get a lane to go to the net. Comes all the way back to Basso. His shot misses the net. Auger with plenty of time to clear. He hit Kirby Reichel with a pass. Matt Rupert was on Reichel immediately. Bo Horvat, he can't maintain possession. Now Matt Rupert with a steal. Trying to go wide on Ryan Horvat. Pass in front of the net. Ryan Rupert tried to connect with Mermis. Missed him, and now Mermis has to retreat with Auger in on the forecheck. Leslie gets knocked down, made a pass over to Ebert. Puck bounced on it. Horvat and Leslie battling for the puck. The 2 Horvats, they collide. Ryan Rupert in the corner. Everybody back for Guelph. Couldn't get the puck in front. Goes down the ice. It won't be icing. Alex Basso, he'll waste no time. Just 30 seconds to go in this opening period. Lofted it to center. Jason Dickinson, he has been effective in this opening frame for Guelph. Basso trying to take care of him. The fans thought that was done illegally. Chance by Kosmachuk from a sharp angle. Patterson hugged the post. Janovic sends it into the London zone. Patterson, he'll play it quickly. Just gets it out. 5 seconds to go. Maybe one last chance for Tierney. He'll have to shoot, though. Rolls it down deep. Josh Anderson. He's checked by Finn. And that will do it for the opening 20 minutes. And a good period by the Guelph Storm. Assisting on that Matt Finn goal were Stephen Trojanovic and Zach Mitchell. The first 2 goals, the shorthanded goals, were both unassisted. What a great first period for Guelph, and they will say that clearing attempt by Zadorov went off a stick. No, I think they will say it did not go off a stick. It was cleared by Zadorov, and 10 seconds into the second period, the Knights are going to be shorthanded because of this delay of game penalty.
Well, and it's a bouncing puck, and that's what creates all the havoc because it's bouncing and gets it up on end. And so instead of bouncing it off the glass, goes right out, and the Guelph Storm back in the power play.
Trojanovic to Finn. Finds Zach Mitchell. Finn heads down low now, looking for a backdoor play. Wasn't open. Stolen by Tierney. Took a hit as he got to the Guelph line, but got the puck out. Mitchell to Kosmachuk with speed coming in. 49 goals in the regular season. Couldn't get a shot this time. Mitchell. Big shot stopped this time by Patterson, and Jake Patterson has to be rock solid and close the door now for the Knights.
Finn gets on the board with an assist from Trojanovic on that power play for Guelph in the first period. But when you look up and down this lineup, 4 defensemen with 40 or more points. The only team in the Canadian Hockey League to have that occur. So it's not just depth of offense up front for the Storm. They get it done in the back as well.
And now it's Leslie and Ebert, the two defensemen. Manning this Guelph power play. Ebert has to retreat back into his own zone. Lots of time left on this man advantage. And at 15. Leslie circles back into his own end. Lead pass right on the tape of Fabry. Picks it up on the backhand, but then turned it over to Matt Rupert, and he lightly moves it to center. Ebert head to Fabry. Again, the Knights making it tough for Guelph to get anything set up. And the Storm are offside with 53 seconds to go in their power play.
See Fabry wearing that jaw protector, projected to go into the first round of the National Hockey League draft this year. Now, like most players his size, he's going to battle that when it comes to what the National Hockey League scouts are looking for. But Scott Walker swears up and down that this guy is a first-round pick and a high first-round pick through and through.
25 goals, 87 points. Missed some time with a suspension. Numbers are good. Kosmachuk had good numbers, too. Missed the net with that chance. Trojanovic took a look over at his captain. Finn was covered, couldn't make the pass. A 360 by Mitchell. He maintains possession. Finn had gone down to the back door. Mitchell couldn't connect with it. Coming the other way. Nice, 3 of them. Here they are shorthanded. Tierney takes it in his skates. He was averaging better than 2 points per game in the opening series against Windsor. Dickinson. Back to Finn as he just gets into the zone. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Kosmachuk. He shoots and scores! Scott Kosmachuk. Tail end of the power play, and the special teams is clicking for Guelph. It's 4-0.
He was a trigger man all season long for the Guelph Storm, and he continues to be that way here in the playoffs. Scott Kosmachuk with that good wrist shot. You see Zach Mitchell's in the high slot. But as Kosmachuk turns, he realizes that he's got the opportunity to take it to the net. Curls in off the board. You see Mitchell there. There's just enough space for him to take that shot. And he ends up beating Patterson 4-0 Guelph. His third here on the power play.
2 shorthanded goals, 2 power play goals. The special teams battle dominated by Guelph. It's 4-0 early in this second period. Now we see what the London Knights are made of. 2-time defending OHL champs. Haven't been able to do much so far. When you look at these two teams, they're extremely close. Just 5 points separated the two. They split the 6-game series, each team winning 3. Top 2 in goals for. Knights have yet to score in this game. Jamel Smith, along with Michael McCarron, Mitch Marner, trying to change that. Marner comes out of the corner. McCarron got a wild shot away to 12-1. Marner ahead to Fabry. Trying to skate away from the long reach of McCarron. Far enough to get it out of his own zone. Jamel Smith. No drag, low shot, wide of the net. Bertuzzi doubles it out to center. Zadorov sends it right back in. It's not icing. Nichols shrugs his shoulders, wondering why not. Justin Auger gets it ahead to Kirby Reichel. He was in the trolley tracks of Tate Sagan, but Reichel saw him all the way, able to take the hit. Norman offs it out to center. Knights will do that a lot. Zach Wesley quickly ahead to Auger. Ryan Horvat. Shot easily caught by Patterson. And the Bronx cheer here at Sleeman Center as Patterson makes the save.
It's been the most up and down ride for a guy like Jake Patterson that you can imagine. And when you look at the goals against per game, he's allowed 6+, 4 or more times. What's very interesting about the numbers you see here, in the last 6 games in which he's allowed 4 or more goals, he's ended up winning the game. And that's the situation he finds himself in now, although I don't think anyone envisioned being down 4-0 at this juncture in the game.
Kosmachuk, Dickinson, and Mitchell has been a dominant line for Scott Walker's Guelph Storm. Got a good chance off the faceoff. Josh Anderson knocks his man Dickinson down, but the Knights are offside.
Anderson represented Canada at the World Juniors, and right from when we saw him in the Subway Super Series, you knew Brent Sutter was going to like his style of play, and so he got to experience that along with teammate Bo Horvat. And another pick for the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are slowly starting to make their way, not just with what they have in the National Hockey League, but those players who are coming. And there's one of them right there, and Josh Anderson, another one being Kirby Reichel in this game.
Both of them, those power forwards that all teams would love to have. And both guys pretty good at that role in the Ontario Hockey League. Chris Tierney, his property, the San Jose Sharks. He's wearing the C for London. Anderson can't get a shot through. Comes back to Welichka at the line. And Kosmachuk has it. He's streaking in, trying to work his way around Basso. Now waiting for help. Dickinson had to go off his stick. Welichka had him tied up, and he couldn't get a shot. Tierney battling to get it past Mitchell. Basso. Welichka, bouncing puck. Just got it outside the line. Took a hit from Bertuzzi. Here come the Storm again. They're relentless. Anderson. He's got Domi and Tierney with him. Can't get a pass past Matt Finn. Got it back though. Anderson in front looking for Domi. Trojanovic had him tied up. Bertuzzi. Pick of the Red Wings. Takes a hit from Anderson. Bertuzzi falls down. Still able to press the puck. Basso will start things out. It's a 4-on-2. Anderson's shot stopped by Nichols. Went straight up in the air and had enough angle on it to go up and over the glass.
Nichols looks like he's playing with a ton of confidence here and the ability to control the play with one of the few rushes here for the London Knights. And Chris Tierney, you talked about him wearing the C. I mean, this is a guy who's flown under the radar for each of the last 3 seasons. A San Jose second-round pick, great in the face-off circle, a 200-foot player, and a guy that nobody ever talks about, who's worthy of all the accolades that the rest have.
Horvat in front, knocked it out of midair. Rupert on it immediately, and Nichols check up another couple of saves for him.
You know, that's the thing, RJ. When you look at the first period, from some of those point-blank shots that Nichols had to face, a good glove save, and now here in the second period, you know, good opportunity with Horvat in front of the net, and then a jam sandwich by Rupert at the side to try and jam it in. Nichols has made the saves he's had to. And I think when you're the Guelph Storm, you look at him, if he's able to do that with the depth they have up front and the ability to score goals, Guelph feels they're in good shape.
Ryan Rupert, head to Matt Rupert. Horvat heads to the front of the net. Jamieson jumps into the rush. Horvat working hard against Baltusberger, and Bill Baltusberger didn't give Bo Horvat an opportunity to get to that puck.
They really love the coaching staff and the play of Baltusberger and Harper in that first-round series, a 4-game sweep of the Plymouth Whalers.
Oh, another big save by Justin Nichols. This time he catches the Bo Horvat shot and hangs on the Sleeman center and blocked it. Guelph Storm with a 4-0 lead. Scott Kosmachuk with the fourth.
Auger's a big man, selected in the 4th round by the LA Kings in last year's draft. He had mono to start the season. He didn't return until November, and here he gets tied up, and you can see Horvat go down awkwardly. That's the last thing you want to see if you're the London Knights. Before that, Auger will be called for roughing, and this is the perfect opportunity. I mean, this is where the experience comes in for the London Knights. You know, having been in these situations before, Down 4-0 is not a situation they've been in often enough, but they've played enough big games to know that it's not the be-all and end-all, but you still have to work on the process throughout the rest of this hockey game.
And with Dale Hunter as the head coach, he's not going to panic. He'll stay calm, and that rubs off on the team, too. Last time the Knights had a power play, didn't go very well for them. 2 short-handed goals for Guelph. Knights officially 0 for 1 with a man advantage, but found themselves down 2-0 after their power play was done. Zadorov gets checked by Pius Suter, and the puck goes into the Knights bench.
An area of strength for Pius Suter is the fact that he's able to play shorthanded. He's done that most of the season for Scott Walker and the Guelph Storm, and Zadorov showing a little displeasure. I figured he'd play between 35 and 40 in this game, and he's well on pace to do that.
Well, there are some players out of the lineup. Zach Bell wound up with a broken leg late in that Windsor series. He's out for the rest of the postseason. Brady Austin, who's a terrific big shutdown defenseman acquired from Belleville, he's out with mono right now. So 2 important shutdown guys out of the lineup, so Zadorov will have more ice time.
Combined, those 2 are plus 80, so that tells you all you need to know about their absence in the London lineup.
Power play here for the Knights. Welichka goes back to Basso. High shot. That was off the shoulder of Nichols. Control behind the net to Smith. Got it in front of Matt Rupert. It's loose. It's in. Ryan Rupert on the power play, and the Knights are on the board.
They have to give all the credit here to the Jamel Smith because he does a great job pulling this puck off the glass and settling it down to send it back to the front of the net. You'll see the Basso shot goes high, but watch Smith. He's facing the boards. He uses it, his skate wisely to kick it up to the stick, and that allows him to send it back out to the front of the net. Brilliant, brilliant play by Smith. Does a great move to escape Finn, and then you got Matt and Ryan Rupert with the finish.
The Knights on the power play. Every goal in this game has been special teams. Approaching the midway point of the second period. Still a 3-goal lead for Guelph. Aiden Jamieson progressively getting more and more ice time in his first playoff game. Just turned 18 in March. Here come the Knights again. McCarron, a great chance, and he's stopped by Justin Nichols. Oh, boy, that's a big save for Nichols. Knights have some momentum now.
Yeah, it sure is. That's a huge, huge save. I mean, a momentum swing can be just that quick after the power play goal. Nichols has to come up big again. But excellent play here by Jamel Smith. You can't say enough about his work on the goal as he's able to pull it off the glass, go skate the stick, escape Finn, and get it back out in front of the net.
Jamel Smith takes the face-off against Ryan Fabry. Fabry wins it clean. Wesley off the glass. Zadorov keeps it in. Bouncing puck. Zadorov's the target. Guelph knows he'll play a lot. Bertuzzi made sure to finish his check off. Marner had that pass go off his skate and went all the way down the ice. Bertuzzi. Jamieson digging for it. Zadorov wraps it around. Marner. He gets lined up by Leslie, and Leslie's going to get a penalty.
And now McCarron wants a piece of him. Pirog comes in. Bertuzzi's there. He wants to get into it with Zadorov. And this is Bertuzzi simply saying, if I can get you into the box, this would be a great trade-off for our hockey club. Now the London Knights can do the smart thing here and just back off, remain composed. And Marner turns around asking for the call. He gets it. The puck had just gotten by him along the boards. And Leslie let him have it.
Marner's a rookie, just 16 years old, had a great season for London. One of the reasons that McCarron and Zadorov were in right away. Didn't like how 16-year-old was hit, but they kept their composure, and it will be a power play for the Knights. London fresh off scoring a power play goal. Another chance to get back into this opening game of the second round series against the Guelph Storm. Basso has to get away from 2 Guelph penalty killers in his own zone. Aggressive penalty kill. Knocked down at center is Dickinson. He's slow to get up. Ryan Rupert, his shots off Mitchell. Trojanovic chops at it, and that will come out to center.
This crowd getting juiced in here now. They didn't like the way Dickinson was treated by Smith in the neutral zone.
Trojanovic ahead to Dickinson. He can fly when he gets going. Short-handed chance, and that's been a good aspect of Guelph's game. Looking for another short-handed goal. Kosmachuk elects to go back to Baltisberger. And short-handed, puts it down to the corner to another Swiss import, Hugh Suter. Crowd at Sleeman Center applauds the penalty killer. Suter not making it easy for Domi to come out of his zone. Crowd gets louder. Suter all over Domi. And Domi is down. And play has been stopped. You couldn't hear the whistle. The players couldn't hear it. The crowd was so loud here at Sleeman Center. Another penalty coming up to the Storm.
You know what? I thought Suter should have had one earlier. Now, Domi might have embellished the last part of this harassment by Suter, but I thought he should have had one earlier. He's just chasing Domi all over the trunk. There's one hack. There's another. That's a pretty good one. The third one is pretty good that sends him to the ice, and then a little elbow into the boards thereafter. I mean, at some point he was going to get called, and I think Suter got all fired up by hearing the crowd. Domi's not a well-liked guy in this city to start with, and so Domi goes down a little bit, puts the heads in the hands, and draws the penalty.
While the boos here at Sleeman Center directed at Max Domi, that won't faze him. Two-man advantage here for the Knights. For 50 seconds, it's Horvat, Tierney, Domi, Zadorov, and Basso. Face-off win by Horvat. Back to Zadorov, and he can't control. Comes outside the line. And another penalty coming up, and it will be to Guelph again. All kinds of penalty problems now for the Storm.
Scott Walker said that. I mean, a 4-0 lead looked really comfortable here in the second period, but we're just past the midway point, and now a steady parade of Guelph Storm players to the box can lead to all kinds of difficulty. This one occurs right off the draw. And Mitchell will come out, and you can see with the backhand part of the stick, he takes the slashing call. And you can't give this London Knights team too many opportunities. They'll come back to bite you, and they're in, Guelph's in some peril right now.
This is London's chance to get back in the game. They were down 4-0. They've scored on the power play to make it 4-1. Now a long time with a two-man advantage. Here's Bo Horvat. Head to Max Domi. Aims the line. And the boos rain down as Domi gets the puck. Domi moves to the middle of the ice, walks in, shoots, scores! Max Domi on the power play, and he warns about the boos to the fans. It's 4-2. Knights have crawled back into it.
And just when you think they're dead to rights, the London Knights come back, and it's still going to be a 5-on-3 situation, and that's the scary proposition here for the Guelph Storm. Domi looking to redirect, but the hole opens up, and the C's part his slap shot makes its way through. And he's trying to set up for the one-time as he's directing Zadorov, but instead, when the hole opens up, he says, I'm going to take the shot myself. And then he goes right to the face mask and says,
Still a two-man advantage for the next minute and 17 seconds or less. Oh, boy, the crowd all over Max Domi. And he's still out there. Tierney brings it into the Guelph zone. Domi almost had that pass right on his tape. Basso over to Zadorov. Oh, what a shot. He missed the net with it, though. Basso works down to Tierney. Oh, Horvat. Oh, a big save by Nichols coming over to stop the one-timer of Horvat.
so important for Nichols here in the Guelph Storm just to settle their game down here. And you look at Domi, you thought he was the librarian after scoring the last goal. If he gets this one, I couldn't even imagine. He just misses in the one-time opportunity.
Zadorov looking around. His pass redirected out of play by Matt Finn.
And with the three men in the box, that's what created all the issues, to allow 117 worth after the goal to still be in a 5-on-3 situation.
45 seconds of a two-man advantage. Domi, Tierney, Horvat, Zadorov, Basso, they've been out there this whole time on the power play. Domi goes back to the spot where he scored the goal. He's going to shoot again. He does. This time it's blocked by Bertuzzi. And look out. looking. And that might be one of those penalties that London will be okay with, because Fabry would have been off to the races.
No question. And good job by Fabry as he blocks the shot. He's able to escape the pile. And no question, Domi gets the stick up into his grill thereafter. But Fabry does such a good job reaching out. Even with one hand, he's still hard down on that stick. And that forces Domi to come up onto him, and into his grill he goes. And so there's no more enemy that the Guelph Storm fans would like to see in the box than Max Domi.
Still a power play for the Knights, though. 4-on-3. They win the faceoff. Nikita Zadorov on the low Sabre property. That long stride going a lot faster than it appears. Back to Tierney. Open is Horvat. And Justin Nichols makes another huge save.
Well, he read it like a book. This is a good stop here by Nichols. He's over at plenty of time to make the save. And when you look at coming in across the line, Zadorov takes it, drops it back to Tierney. Now you see Horvat slip off the coverage, and when he does so, that lane opens up, passes on his stick, but Nichols was there in plenty of time.
Still 18 seconds to go on this power play for the Knights. Then it'll be 4-on-4. Face-off won by Guelph. They'll send it down the ice. Maybe one last rush on the power play. Mitch Marner picks it up behind his net. He knows there's not much time. Takes a quick look up at center. How's that for a 16-year-old in confidence? Now walks in toward the net. Horvat, another shot. This time it was high and wide. Coming out of the penalty box is Suter. Patterson can't get there. It's a 2-on-0. Dickinson, Suter. Oh, again, saving stop by Jake Patterson.
You have got to be kidding me.
It developed into a 2-on-0. And Dickinson, Suter, the give and go. Patterson, the save. So true. And Patterson comes up with his biggest save of the game. 4-on-4 right now. The next 17 seconds, then Guelph will have an abbreviated power play of just under a minute. Bojanovic gets to the London line, takes a look around. Finally, a teammate comes in. It's Kirby Reichel, but he had Ryan Rupert with him stride for stride. Then a nice pickup at the line. Walks to the middle. Now it's a power play for Guelph. London was playing it like it was already. Fabry. Off the side of the net. Mitchell can't get to it. It's cleared down the ice by the Knights. 36 seconds to go in this power play for the Storm. Ebert being watched by Josh Anderson. Ebert able to turn on the Jets. Stayed in. Low shot was wide of the net. Wesley keeps it in. Down low for Dickinson. Poked away by Zadorov. Matt Rupert calmly comes out of his own end. Got it ahead to Josh Anderson. Comes to the line. Mermis shovels it back in deep. Final few seconds of this Guelph power play. They will not get another chance with a man advantage. Domi's back on the ice, and he'll join the play. Owen McDonough into the corner. Dickinson behind the net to Ebert. He wraps it around to Dickinson. He's able to take a look over both shoulders. Saw no one from the Knights was around and passes it cross ice to Ebert. McCarron, 5 minutes to go. Winds things up as he comes into the Guelph end. McCarron barrels past Ebert. Pirog along the boards. Can't control. Now moves it back to Ebert. Kosmachuk to Pirog. He's knocked down as the Knights didn't let him create anything. Brett Welichka, normally a forward, playing defense for London. He'll jump into the play if he gets a chance. Zadorov. Good pass for Marner. Able to reach back and get a piece of it to keep this play going. Karen in front of the net. Comes back to Marner. Now over to Welichka. Marner covering up for Zadorov, who's now back in his defense position. McCarron dealing with two Guelph Storm in the corner. Trips his man up for Kuzny. And McCarron is getting at least one penalty. Crowd here at Sleeman Center might think there should be more. Shoulder saved by Patterson. Extra attacker out there. A heavy hit by Pirog in the corner. And we know that McCarron is heading to the penalty box. It will be a Guelph power play when we come back.
Patterson confidently out at the top of the crease with a glove save.
37.8 seconds to go in the period. Here come the Knights. Tierney pokes it off the boards, doesn't fool Matt Finn. He sends it right back into the London end. Finn moves it over to his defense partner, Trojanovic. It's stolen away by Matt Rupert. He couldn't get his stick loose. Trojanovic takes over again. Gives it out to the neutral zone. Mermis tried to bring it in. Rupert was caught offside. Gets it at center, spins, and puts it back into the Guelph end. And Matt Finn sends it down the ice, and it is icing with 6.5 seconds to go. So a late period face-off coming up in the Guelph end.
Matt Finn, second-round pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs in the 2012 draft. Was limited to just 41 games last year due to mono and a minor knee issue. He grew up best of friends with Connor Brown of the Erie Otters, and oddly enough, it was Connor Brown's father, Dan, who was the coach of the two at the time, that asked Matt to convert from forward to defense, and the rest is history.
Face-off win for the Knights. That's the danger of that late period face-off, and the Knights won it. Justin Nichols made a good save to maintain a 4-2 lead for Guelph. Guelph had a 4-0 lead, 2 shorthanded goals, 2 power play goals. The Knights came back in the second period with 2 power play goals of their own, and it is a 4-2 lead for Guelph with a period to go. We expected it to be a tight series. Guelph had 52 wins, 108 points. That was tops in the Ontario Hockey League. London had a good year, too. Just 5 points fewer than Guelph. Here come the Storm. Hot and heavy early in this third period. Couldn't get it to the net. Josh Anderson streaks the other way. Domi in front. Redirects it over the net. Mitchell, property of the Minnesota Wild, lofts it ahead for Dickinson. Coming back was Basso. He played that well. This fresh ice has allowed things to open up early on in this third. Anderson to Tierney. Chris Tierney walks right in. He's stopped by Nichols, who juggled it momentarily, but then got a handle on it. And a good chance for the Knights early in the third.
So much for tentative play to start this period. Both teams going end-to-end here with that fresh sheet. And so Tierney with a golden opportunity. The seas open up right here. And now he tries to go back to the forehand. And Nichols just tracks the puck all the way in. Does a really good job making that stop. Doesn't give away too much net with all the traffic surrounding him. He's keyed in on the Tierney shot.
Face-off win for the Knights. Mermis shot from the line. No problem for Nichols. He'll hang on to it again.
Yeah, sinker ball there. And Nichols had to be quick to react to a puck that started about 2 feet off the ice and knuckled downward.
45 seconds into the third period. The Knights, they're hungry. Kirby Reichel. He's checked by Horvat, following up his Auger. That puck hits a couple of bodies. Auger comes barreling in, looking for it again. Leslie keeps it in. Got it to Auger. Chips it ahead for Reichel. He's all tied up with Bo Horvat. They were teammates on the Canadian team at the World Junior Hockey Championship. Mermis slides it ahead to Matt Rupert. He goes cross ice. That'll force Horvat to circle back into his own end. Gets it ahead to Ryan Rupert. Horvat tied up by Leslie. Now Ryan Horvat. Good bank pass to Auger. Bertuzzi on his right. Puts it right on Patterson, and he'll calmly put the glove on it and get the whistle.
Yeah, it's been a topsy-turvy game for Jake Patterson, but Patterson has stood the test of time here. And when you go back to 3 years ago, he was the third goalie behind Michael Hauser. You go back to last year, played 30-plus games, and then this year, with the Anthony Stolarz injury, got into 30-plus games this year as well. So this is a guy who's well tenured back there and has been in a lot of big situations, and I think he really proved that in the second period, keeping the score at just 4 for Guelph.
Actually wound up playing more this season than Stolarz did, even though Stolarz is the quote-unquote #1 goalie. Patterson isn't a bad backup plan.
Well, that's it. When you look at Stolarz playing at the World Junior Championships, he comes back and against Troy Smith's Kitchener Rangers ends up taking a cut that had him out of the lineup for a significant amount of time. So Pettersson has been in this #1 situation for a good portion of the season.
Mitch Marner. Pass picked up on the backhand by McCarron. Slides it ahead to Smith. Following up is Marner. He golfs it over to McCarron. Spins and fires. Nichols the save. It was up in the air. Knights are on it again. Zadorov. His pass out of the reach of Jamieson. He's got Guelph Storm near him. Able to get it to Zadorov. And he goes cross ice. It's back into the Guelph end. Smith with that great speed. Gets to it first. Circles away from Baltisberger. And takes a hit from Fabry, who came out to help out his defenseman. Biron drops it off for Fabry. That one's right into the Knights logo on Patterson, and he'll hang on again.
Lots of action going on behind the play, but discipline's going to be key for both sides in this game. And Smith tries to emerge from the corner. He and Baltisberger get tied up. Both of them trying to draw a penalty against one another. Baltisberger would end up going to the bench, and Smith back into the play. Baltisberger's a guy who's played in 3 World Junior Championships for the Swiss national team, and there's been a good pipeline to the Guelph Storm from Switzerland.
Man that opened the scoring in this game, Hugh Suter. His rookie season in the OHL, also from Switzerland.
Tanner Richard last year. Mike Kelly, the general manager, obviously has got some good scouts and some good contacts in Switzerland.
Ryan Horvat circles the London net, stops up, trying to get away from Bo Horvat. They've gone head-to-head a lot in this game. Matt Rupert, Justin Auger working hard along the boards. Herbie Reichel dances into the London end. He chops off the leg of Mermis, gets it back. Again off Mermis, goes back to Leslie. Head hit Patterson, and he pounces on the rebound and gets the whistle.
Dakota Mermis making a couple of good block shots, and then when a shot finally makes its way through, they rely on Jake Patterson to make the save. And dating back to the second period, he's made all the stops that he's been asked to make, and a couple of really good ones in that, including a 2-on-0 in that second period to keep London in this thing.
Face-off win for Guelph. Mitchell chops at it, can't get it in front. Wilichka wraps it around. Harper will keep it in. Mitchell, property of the Minnesota Wild. McCarron's on him. Now Zadorov. He'll just clear it out to center. That won't be icing. Nichols leaves it for Harper. He has to hurry. Jamel Smith right there. Marner read where that pass was going to go. Comes in front of the net. Dickinson has it now for Guelph. Mitchell working wide on Wilichka. And puts his shot wide of the net. And then Kuzmachuk and Zadorov go into the net, and then Kuzmachuk, a late shot. Looked like the stick got up high on Zadorov, and he's questioning the referee.
Zadorov has no trouble playing a physical brand of hockey, and the Kuzmachuk drives the net. He knocks Kuzmachuk into the net, and then the stick comes up thereafter. And there he is. Just having a grand old time out there. That line's been deadly, though. Dickinson, Kuzmachuk, and Mitchell has been deadly every time out for Guelph.
Projanovic. Pass to center. Mitchell, a redirect. That'll be it for Mitchell and Kuzmachuk. Dickinson will stay out for the time being to give his teammates time to complete the change. Passo circles in his own zone. Now Dickinson makes the change, and the whole line of fresh legs is out there for Guelph. Matt Finn showing some baseball background. Handled that quickly. Got it down to his stick, and here comes the Storm off that turnover. Bertuzzi a chance, and Patterson out to make another save. Didn't allow a rebound. Good thing, too, because Pirog was right there.
There's Patterson with another stop. When you look at this Guelph Storm team, we were here earlier in the year, and it was a predominantly homegrown team. But they did tweak the roster a little bit. You've talked about the Kirby Reichel and Nick Ebert additions, but Stephen Pirog's another addition. And it's really worked out well for both hockey clubs. He was acquired from Peterborough for Hunter Garland. And Hunter Garland has been just a dynamo, especially playing alongside Nick Ritchie as Peterborough upends Kingston in round number 1, game 7 in overtime.
Wesley, his shots wide of the net. Horvat moves it down to the corner. Reichel He likes to shoot it. Got one away. That was blockered away by Patterson. Who's behind the net? Matt Rupert. Lofts it cross ice. Knew his twin brother Ryan was there. Bo Horvat trying to make that Guelph defense turn it over. Horvat, double team behind the net. Got it to Ryan Rupert. Trying for Matt, and the stick of Nichols redirected that pass. Horvat, another chance. Walks right in. He's had a ton of chances in this game and hasn't been able to beat Nichols, who comes up with another big stop.
He shoots the puck with an NHL shot already for Bo Horvat, acquired at the draft last year in exchange for Corey Schneider from the New Jersey Devils. And this line with the Rupert brothers almost connects here. Matt Rupert sneaking down low on the back door, but Nichols does a good job getting his stick in the lane, and then the puck's freed from Horvat. Stick lift on Reichel, goes to the net. Good wrist shot here, but Nichols did not give an inch.
Anderson moves it back to Zadorov. He missed the net with his shot, and that will come all the way into the night's end. Hot on the heels of Mermis is Mitchell. Spins and sees Dickinson in front of him. Mitchell steals in the corner. Nobody there with him. Guelph trying to be responsible defensively. They have a 2-goal lead, trying to take game one of this second-round series, and that puck trickled dangerously in front of the net, but Justin Nichols was on it.
Well, Nichols acquired from Sault Ste. Marie for a third-round pick in 2015, back on September 19th. And early on, the Guelph Storm realized that they weren't going to get Garrett Sparks back, who would have played his overage year here. The Toronto Maple Leaf draft pick ends up splitting time between the East Coast Hockey League and the American Hockey League, having a very successful year in his first year as a pro.
London starting to dominate the faceoffs. Another win. Can't get it to the net. They'll have to head back into their own zone. Hayden Jamieson, 17-year-old season, just turned 18 in March. Jamel Smith, he has been flying tonight. Can't work his way around Baltusberger. The puck trickles to Nichols. He'll hang on. Bertuzzi, he came right into the face of Jamel Smith, and the crowd reacts as Bertuzzi goes down.
He went down rather easily. If you know Bertuzzi's game at all, I mean, he's not the type to go down on that type of play. Baltusberger goes high on him, and then just to protect himself, Smith just throws his hands in the air. Bertuzzi runs into him and then acts as if he got shot.
Another face-off win for the Knights. Here's Jamel Smith, leaving it for McCarron. Robbie Fabry ties up McCarron. Jamel Smith gets it back to Basso. Couple of stick handles, fake shot. Now walks in. That shot hit a couple of bodies, didn't get through to the net. Now Jamieson has to retreat. 3 Storm in on this rush. Marner's come back to help out. Jamieson playing Fabry. Now McCarron gets in front of Fabry, and that ends his forward progress. Marner weaves in over the line, drops it off for Jamieson. Good thing Basso was there, otherwise Guelph might have been going the other way on a breakaway. Smith, a couple of hard strides before he gets into the Guelph end. Sharp angle, easily handled by Nichols, and he will hang on. 13-14 to go in the third period. Guelph lead by 2. Game 1 has been close to what was expected. A big lead for Guelph, 4-0. Maybe that was unexpected, but the Knights flying back to make it a game, and here we are with over half a period to go, and it's up for grabs. 2-goal lead isn't comfortable.
Go figure. The difference in this game, 2 shorthanded goals scored less than a minute apart.
Zach Leslie, what a season he's had for the Storm. Sends it in. Zadorov. He'll take a hit from Reichel. Made the pass ahead to Rupert. Ryan Rupert goes to the corner against Leslie. Trying to shield the puck long enough until Bo Horvat comes in. Matt Rupert behind the net. In front of Ryan Rupert. He got a stick on it, and Nichols had to make a sharp save. Zadorov down to Matt Rupert. He moves it cross ice. Mermis was moving down low. Puck staying up on the dasher board. Matt Rupert waiting patiently for it. Comes down, and Matt Rupert gets knocked down. There's a penalty coming up to Guelph. Patterson's on the bench for the extra attack. Zadorov. The match Domi. Delayed penalty on the way for the Guelph Storm. Lead pass for Zadorov. Now Tierney. He walks in. Zadorov hits to the front of the net. Both go behind the net in the pass, so you got to be careful when the net's empty. This won't get to the open net. But it does wind up in the Knights zone. Guelph still yet to touch the puck. Delayed penalty coming up. Next, Domi, a crafty play to fake the pass. That allowed him entrance into the zone. He scores! What a shot by Max Domi on the delayed penalty. And with over half a period to go in the third, it's a one-goal game.
Well, this is an unbelievable turn of events. It's a delayed penalty here. Now, Ryan Horvat, you'll see, is trailing the play here. I think Scott Walker calls for him to get the change. Watches the shot, misses. The pass goes all the way back. Here's Horvat 12. He's got a chance to touch the puck. He says no. He puts on the brakes. He goes all the way back to the Guelph bench, and that allows London to initiate the rush. It comes all the way back the other way. And just like that, it's a 4-3 game thanks to the Domi goal.
Domi's second of the game. And 3 unanswered for the Knights has made this an interesting finish. Marner took a shot. That was blocked fearlessly by Baltusberger. Not cleared. Jamel Smith, his low blast is redirected out of play by Nichols.
Well, I think there's a lesson to be learned here. If you're the Guelph Storm, you came into this thing a little nervous. You settled down after the 2 shorthanded goals, but you can ill afford to take your pedal off the metal. And in a situation where you have an opportunity to close out games, you look at the 2-on-0 situation, you look at other good chances they've had where Patterson has come up big, and they just haven't been able to gain that separation as Domi comes down, and the #1 enemy here in Guelph picks up his second of the night.
Scott Kosmachuk working against Basso. Moves it over to Mitchell. He's got Zadorov on him. We're seeing a lot of big Nick Zadorov in this third period for London. Jamel Smith, he's had all kinds of chances, hasn't scored yet. Pass in front, Dickinson was back to help out the defenseman. Got it to the corner, but now Big McCarron throws his weight around. Puck comes loose to Marner, now to Zadorov. And his shot hits a leg and doesn't get to the net.
Sitting on a lead is not going to work for either team in this series. I mean, in this case, it's Guelph lead.
Bad change for London. Fabry wants in, and that's off the crossbar. Oh, what a chance for Fabry. Right back the other way, Domi. Heading to the front of that, Anderson, and Nichols makes the save and grabs it out of midair to hang on for the whistle. Oh, chances in both ends.
Well, you look at Domi, who goes 12th overall in the Phoenix last year. A lot of people are comparing him to Fabry, and so here comes Robbie Fabry, and with the chance off the crossbar, it comes back the other way, and who gets it? Domi. And then Domi with an opportunity, but stopped by Nichols. And oh man, this has been some kind of game, and it's been wild, weird, wacky, and it's a 1-goal game halfway through the third. Man, oh man.
Lots of drama left. Guelph iced the puck. 10 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the third period. Knights have been good on the face-off in this third. Another win. Anderson gets it this time. Domi chops it down low. And Finn quickly ahead to Pierrot. Moves it to the neutral zone. Bertuzzi's pass is behind Fabry. He's still able to retrieve it. His low shot stopped by Patterson and then redirected out of play.
Fabry with a 10-game suspension earlier this year. He came back from suspension and the power play improved, ended up scoring goals in 12 of 14 right after the suspension came to a close for 16-goal total. And then ended up missing the final 3 games of the 4-game sweep by Plymouth. Well, happy to have him back in the lineup tonight.
The Ruperts and Horvat line back out there. Ryan Rupert to Matt Rupert. From a sharp angle, got a pretty good shot away. Nichols had to be quick to get over and hug that post.
Well, obviously good chemistry between the twin brothers, and then you throw Bo Horvat in the middle of the mix to gain possession off the draw. A simple backhand pass, and just when you think Ryan runs out of room, or Matt rather, he gets the shot on goal.
Guelph wins the face-off. Ebert off the glass, gets past Jamieson. Auger, he's got some speed going in. Can't get to it, though, before it crosses that icing line, and another face-off coming up in the Storm zone. There's been a lot of those lately.
Justin Auger, 4th-round pick of the Kings, didn't start playing until the age of 8 years old, so a late bloomer, if you will. And I think the LA Kings really love the rawness in his game.
Horvat wins this draw. Backing up was Zadorov, so he couldn't keep it in. Made a play, head to Matt Rupert. Forces the Storm defenseman to turn around, get the puck behind their own net. Ebert's lead pass. That doesn't connect with Ryan Horvat. Jamison hurries over. Shovels it out to the neutral zone. It was knocked right back in by Auger, but caught offside was Reichel. The Knights have scored to make it a one-goal game with 9:41 to go. Domi just missed the century mark in points during the regular season, had 93. Has 8 points so far in this postseason in now his 5th game of this 2013-14 playoff series. Smith can't get around Harper. McCarron immediately has it in the corner. Baltusberger leans on him. Alex Basso, overage defenseman, retreating back in his own zone. Fabry knocked it down, but it went to Smith. Heading to the front of the net's McCarron. And McCarron scores! What a passing play by the Knights! And how about that? 4 straight goals for London has tied this game.
And the crowd here at the Sleeman Center is in shock. Those who aren't wearing London Knights green, it's about 45 minutes away. Good outlet pass. Fabry can't control it, and now it's a 3-way passing play. Smith gets it to Marner, and Marner uses the seam to get it to McCarron. McCarron's game has really grown a lot this year. And here he is, taking it to the forehand, going up top. That's a goal scorer's goal. The first-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens ties it up.
There is some similarity to Zadorov from last year. When we saw him early in the year, he was big, he was a little bit awkward, and he has come on to be one of the dominant players. And McCarron had a slow start too, and now where he's developed to this point is probably exactly where the Montreal Canadiens thought he would be at.
No question. I look at Zadorov, but the other London Knight that I look at is Jared Tenorti, because when he came from the U.S. program, he's a guy who looked like he couldn't skate, and he looked like he couldn't really do anything. His game developed so much coming here to the Canadian Hockey League. Michael McCarron is on that same path. Both big guys, both came from the U.S. program, and both guys with the Montreal Canadiens first-round picks.
Guelph need a big shift from this line that's been good for them tonight. Zach Mitchell, Jason Dickinson, Scott Kosmachuk. Wolichka bumps with Kosmachuk. They continue the battle for the puck into the far corner. Mitchell trying to dig it loose. Comes back to Wolichka. Open man is Zadorov. And a big Russian defenseman strides out to center. Would it take him about 3 strides to get there? He's caught, though. Dickinson couldn't control the pass. He was at the end of his shift. Couldn't take advantage of the big defenseman being loose, but Reichel steals behind the net. Horvat a chance. Patterson the save. Knights not out of trouble yet. Ryan Rupert came back to prevent any more problems. Great chances for Guelph. We are tied at 4 with under 8 minutes to go. Auger and Mermis have the puck tied up in the corner. Comes back in front. Josh Anderson steals, moves it ahead to Chris Tierney. The Keswick native drops it off for Domi. Another chance to get it in front to Tierney. Now the other way. Puck turned over, picked up by Mermis. Crowd at the Sleeman Center here in Guelph trying to get their Storm fired up. It was a 4-0 lead for Guelph. London has scored 4 straight to tie it. Lofted out to center. Harper with a bouncing puck, loses it. Anderson walks in. Oh, a big save by Justin Nichols. Guelph needed that on a turnover that gave Anderson a terrific opportunity to give the Knights their first lead.
Wow, the Guelph Storm with a good opportunity. Wolichka, Troy Smith talked about him at the intermission, tries to drop it off on the reverse to Bo Horvat. When that doesn't work out, Reichel is there to get it to Horvat, and a good save by Patterson. And then Josh Anderson with a clear lane to the net, but Nichols makes the stop there.
Tyler Bertuzzi will dump it into the Knights' end. Guelph had a 2-goal lead to start this third. Now they have to find a way to get some more offense going. That's kicked out. Another chance. Oh, are you kidding me? What a save by Patterson. He kicked the leg up and knocked that one out of the open net. A huge save for Patterson to keep this game tied.
Well, Patterson here gets into a ton of trouble, and it's basically on his own accord. And he is slow to get up there, but he comes out to play this puck, and as he does so, he gets tripped up. Now he scrambles to get back into his net, and it turns into the Three Stooges. His stick is one way, his pads are all over the place. It looks like a garage sale. He's in the butterfly, he's doing the snow angel, and finally he's able to make that kick save, slowly recovering to his feet as Aiden Jamieson goes to the box for cross-checking at the end of the play. So a huge opportunity here for Guelph.
Power play for the Storm. They've scored twice with a man advantage. That puck was redirected. How about Patterson? He has found his zone, makes another tough save. Finn able to walk right in. That's blocked by Mermis, and it went up and over the glass and out of play.
Really good block shot there by Mermis. Finn had a ton of room in which to walk that puck down. He thought he'd use the quick release, but Mermis got there at the last second to give Patterson a little support.
Mitchell, Kosmachuk, Dickinson, along with Finn and Trojanovic on this power play for Guelph. Clearing chance, hit the linesman.
That will leave him on.
And it was a clear lane to get the puck out. And London will be relieved that it does come out, and the four linesmen took that point blank. Domi's clearing attempt. It bounced over the stick of Trojanovic. All the breaks going to the Knights now. Trojanovic, head to Finn. Works his way into the London end. His shot deflected just wide, and then he continues his progress, knocks Patterson down, and knocks the net off.
It was a simple trip there, no ill will on the part of Finn. Zadorov wanted to have at Finn after and still continues to have words with him. And again, Finn being active. Talked about the defenseman being active for the Guelph Storm, and here it is in the power play with Finn bearing down hard on Jake Patterson.
The Knights with Stolars suspended for the next 7 games, so he won't play in this series if it does go 7. If not, and the Knights continue on, his suspension will carry on, but they don't want Patterson getting hurt on a play like that either. Power play here for Guelph. Chance to get the lead back. Wesley moves it to Ebert. Wesley a chance. Guelph has to be careful. Domi's got 2 in this game. Short-handed. Tierney's catching up. Domi can't get around Wesley. Nichols, he helped out his defenseman. Shoveled it out to center. Now Kirby Reichel waits for the trailer. That's Wesley. His shot's off his stick, goes up high. That'll come out of the zone, too. Domi trying to use his speed against Bavary. Domi, a high shot, too high.
And a whiff by Nichols. He thought he had it with the glove, but there was a lot more on that shot than he anticipated.
20 seconds to go in the power play. Domi causing some headaches for this Guelph man advantage. Now Josh Anderson takes a look around. He's tough to contain back there. Matt Finn knocks him off the puck. Hugh Suter. And he made a little move at the blue line, and that put Auger offside with just 2 seconds to go in the Aiden Jamieson penalty.
We figured Nikita Zadorov would play about 35 to 40 minutes in this game. His last shift was almost a deuce. But when we talked to Mark and Dale Hunter before the game, they said, this guy just loves it. He loves being out there, and he just so much enjoys the game that playing 40 minutes is not going to impact him whatsoever.
They say when he's on the bench, he peeks back at Mark Hunter and Jeff Paul. I'm ready to go, guys. Suter, a dangerous shot. Patterson had that go off his chest protector. Welichka lost his stick, was able to pick it up at the side of the net. Lost the puck. He'll slow things down, move it to his defense partner, Mermis. Mermis, seeing eye pass, got rinked wide. Stolen by Horvat. McCarron making things difficult for him now. Harper will have to hurry. Marner was in the vicinity. And Guelph ices the puck. We are tied at 4 with 4:23 remaining. It'll be interesting now. Time now for the hardest working player of the game. It's brought to you by Ryobi One Plus 18-volt system. 1 battery, 50 tools.
Well, we turn to the diminutive Swiss-born player, Pius Suter. Here is scoring a short-handed goal after Zadorov and Patterson get tied up, and then he hounds Max Domi. The fans love that, although he did end up taking the penalty at the end of the play. But a guy who continues to play well shorthanded. Here's a 2-on-0 shorthanded golden opportunity, and don't think that one has not come back to haunt the Guelph Storm right now.
4:23 to go. Face-off win for the Knights. Zadorov cuts his way to the net. Low backhand shot. Nichols got a stick on it. Dickinson moves it out to center. Bouncing puck. Basso gets it to Zadorov. He puts it off the glass. And that is icing. And the face-off will come into the London end.
Nikita Zadorov started in the National Hockey League with the Buffalo Sabres. And a guy that no doubt is going to play in the National Hockey League. But with the coaching change, the management change in Buffalo, they felt that it would be better off to send their younger guys away and allow some of the older veterans to take the lumps with that team, and that was a wise decision by Buffalo.
Face-off win. What a save by Patterson. The shot from Ebert was redirected, and Patterson is seeing everything right now.
Yeah, it's looking like a beach ball to him right now. 37-36 shots on goal. 50-50 draw that ends up in the possession of Nick Ebert, and a good stop off the shoulder.
Guelph won another face-off. Couldn't get a shot through this time. Horvat. His shot is off the stick of Leslie, and that goes way out of play.
Leslie's a 6th-round pick of the LA Kings, so they've got a couple of prospects in this game. 3 all told. The OHL and CHL Player of the Week was Zach Leslie. Going back to the 18th of November, he had 10 points in 4 games, including a 4-goal game against Plymouth that week.
Max Domi. Josh Anderson, his shot. Bertuzzi got his stick in the way, and that shattered Anderson's stick. He's working his way to the bench. He's got a new stick down. But Kirby Reichel's coming in. His shot missed the net. Grojanovic hurries over to keep it in. Taking his time. Elects to go down low to Bertuzzi. Fabric. Back to Bertuzzi. Basso stays on his back. Bertuzzi moves it to Reichel. Zadorov trying to steal it away. Fabry has it. Cuts in front. Goes back to the line. Trojanovic's open. Blocked by Anderson. And that didn't even phase him. He's right back trying to pressure Trojanovic to make a play. Pass intercepted at center by Tierney. Cuts laterally until his line mates make the change. A move and can't get a good shot away. Jamison slides it to Ryan Rupert. Matt Finn lofts it out to center. Matt Rupert on his knees knocked it down, then he got knocked down. The Ruperts, like they're out there playing ball hockey with each other. Mitchell, his shot. Stopped by Patterson, and Patterson followed it all the way. Caught it off the bank of the backboard.
Well, Zach Mitchell, Dickinson, Kosmachuk have been brilliant all game long, and this is where Scott Walker will want to lean on his top offensive guys, telling us before the game that this series, there's not much between these two hockey clubs, and oftentimes the series comes down to 2 things. Discipline, number 1, and your best players being your best players, number 2.
Harper sends it to Kosmachuk. Mitchell back to Kosmachuk. He missed the net. Harper will keep this in. Guelph with some pressure right now. Dickinson redirected it just wide. Murmas moves it ahead and outside the London end. Guelph trying to get it right back into the attacking zone. It's bouncing around there at the line. That one hit the linesman too. Dickinson. Auger scores! Justin Auger puts it in for Guelph. 2:06 to go in the Storm lead.
Bounces had been going London's way since about midway through the second period, but the Guelph Storm get the fortuitous bounce. As this puck looks like it's going to be cleared, it ends up staying in. And here it is, off the linesman's skate, it remains in. And a great job by Kosmachuk to chase that puck down. It was sitting right on the blue line. And as he chased it down, it ends up off the stick of Auger from Dickinson. We talked about your top guys being your top guys. You're going to get an assist there from Dickinson, another one from Kosmachuk.
2 minutes to go. Guelph had that 4-0 lead. Knights tied it, and Guelph is back in front. They have not trailed in this game. Jamel Smith couldn't get a shot away. Patterson taking a quick look over to his bench, waiting for a signal. Murmas, head to McCarron. He slides it to Jamal Smith. Back to McCarron. Puck's loose in front. Knights can't get to it. Guelph send it down into the London end. And this, again, will be icing. Charge to Guelph with 1:31 to go.
You have to expect a timeout to be called here. And you can see that Dale Hunter has called for Jake Patterson. And you know Horvat's going to be out there taking the draw for London. And the Guelph Storm going with their top guys. I think everyone's waiting around and waiting for a timeout. Not going to happen.
Yeah, Dale Hunter might be waiting for another whistle. Rest his top guys. Clean face-off win for Horvat. It got past Zadorov. Basso has to hurry. He got there before Kosmachuk. Now the Knights with possession. Domi, he's checked by Mitchell, wafted down the ice again. Basso's back to retrieve it. Head to Domi. He knocks it into the Guelph end. Minute 10 to go. Tierney's first man to it. Matt Finn's on his back. Trying to dig it loose is Josh Anderson. Horvat has it. Takes a look back at the line. Nobody there. Head to spin back. Drops it off for Tierney. Anderson's open in front. Basso has it at the line. Right back behind the net. Horvat. He hands it off to Zadorov. He puts one dangerously through the crease area. Nichols knocked it out of play. 51.7 seconds remaining. Guelph leading by 1, and now you'd have to expect there would be a timeout.
If nothing else, to get the big man some rest. The Big Z, easily 40 minutes in this game. There is no question about it. And we thought coming in that he'd play 35 to 40, and he has hit that mark. And now he'll get a chance to get a little rest here.
And we will keep playing. No timeout. Zadorov kept it in with his skates. Guelph working hard to get it out. And they just did get it out. That's a tough call for the linesman, who was behind Matt Rupert, and he wasted no time firing it right back in.
There's Zadorov. He wiped out because of the shot blocking mechanism attached to his skate came loose, and so he'll take that and just throw it into the bench for now. And there's the long-awaited timeout.
Patient, more patient than us.
Yeah, you don't want to leave one in the bank, that's for sure, especially as crazy as this game has been.
Well, Guelph needed something in this third period. And here's the go-ahead goal, Sam.
Kosmachuk, great job chasing that puck down. Dickinson waits so patiently to get it to Auger, and Auger's on the one-time side. He buries it.
Timeout. Guelph going over a play. London Knights coaching staff having a chat with their big gunners. 41.9 seconds to go. Net is empty for the London Knights. Face-off will be just outside the Guelph blue line. And the net will stay empty for London. And a couple of quick looks over at the bench. London wins the face-off, but it comes back into their own end. Chris Tierney behind his net, watched closely by Kirby Reichel.
5-forward set for London.
Ryan Rupert sends it in. Now in front of the net, it's bouncing around. Matt Rupert takes a swing at it. Well, clears it down the ice. Zadorov will have to hurry. It's close to the net. And that's a double whammy. He had to hurry to prevent it from going in. And then he prevented the icing, too. And that allows Kirby Reichel to put it into the open net. Third point of the night for Dickinson. And the Guelph Storm are going to take game 1 of this second round series.
Lehman Center faithful can breathe a little easier now. Zadorov goes back to save this puck, and he figures that he's going to be able to hard ring it. But this is such a smart play by Dickinson, because he knows that Zadorov being a left-handed shot, that's the only way he can go. So he steals the blue line, ends up taking possession, gives it to Reichel, and it's game over.
Off the face-off at center. Some pushing and shoving. The horn goes. McDonald and Plavik, two young players. Few Guelph Storm have come off the bench. The officials wave them back. And it looks like the officials have it under control. And the Guelph Storm have what they needed. A Game 1 victory on home ice, but it did not turn out to be as easy as it once appeared it would be.
It sure didn't. I mean, 2 shorthanded goals less than a minute apart, a 4-0 lead. And I think a lot of people here in Guelph figured this thing was all over. But you give the OHL defending champs a couple of opportunities to get back in it. And they took full advantage. They ended up tying this hockey game at 4 and some amazing chances. And you know, if you're Guelph, you didn't want to go back to a 2-on-0 situation and think, oh my goodness, what if we had scored that one? And they ended up sealing it off here with a late one and then an empty netter.
Storm salute their fans at Sleeman Center. The rink was packed and they were entertained. Justin Auger, the 19-year-old from Waterloo, the Los Angeles Kings draft pick, gets the game winner. 5-4. 6-4 Storm win. We'll wrap after this.